Hello guys, and welcome back to Serenity Valley. So this is episode 27 and we have all hands on deck basically. We've got all of our workers out basically doing various jobs with respect to grass. We've got Carl working over at where is he at? He's over in field 32 picking up grass and taking it to the BGA. And then we've got Rick here. He's mowing grass here on field 9. And we've got Morgan, who's doing tethering here on field 9. We've got Carol doing the raking there on field 9, and then I'm here baling, and Maggie's actually over in field 32 collecting grass and taking it to the farm silo because we are in desperate need of grass. We have expended all of our supplies. Our cattle are needing some grass, and we are baling up hay, and that's what we're going to feed our sheep hay. So here we are with our square baler and our let's see here, and our 4 bale stacker, and we are just going to bale up hay in these 2 fields. So this field here is a little small, and it's a little difficult to get around here with all this stuff, so we're going to be leaving a little bit of bits, but we'll just pick those up here in a little bit. I also happened to discover a little problem with the map with respect to our pigs, and I'll show you when we come around the next time. You may have already seen the issue. Alright, so let's unload and pull forward a little bit. Close our door. Alright. So what I discovered is the manure pile is not quite positioned properly. So if you are playing this map, now this is version 4.1. The latest version that is out as of this recording is 5.03. You'll see right there behind the manure bunker is the pile of manure. So it's not quite positioned right on the map. It's not that big of a deal. It's a pretty easy fix in the editor. If you go into the editor, you can fix it, but we're just going to leave it as it is. And we'll pick up the manure with a belt at some point and get it out of the way. Just going to swing around here and pick up some of this. So I used Courseplay to mow these fields with the Kuhn butterfly mowers on the back and the Kuhn front mower. And Courseplay used the back mowers to basically line up with the field, which meant the front mowers really mowed a fair bit of extra, and that's why there was grass all the way out to the street there. That's also why you'll see on this other field where we've got the mowers have mowed pretty much up to the railroad tracks and over to the tree line on the other side of the field. But we'll come through in a little bit and clean all that up. So I think I mentioned the other day about the mod contest. I've seen a couple things that are going to be submitted to the mods contest, and I'm really excited to see that list up there. So by the time this airs, we should have a really good idea of what has been submitted. And then I asked you all I think the last time if you all had seen version 5, if you were playing version 5. Something that Tony let me know the other day was that he occasionally fires up a multiplayer server and basically hangs out and sees if anyone wants to join. So I'm just kind of throwing it out there. If there's people interested in playing this map in multiplayer, go ahead and leave a comment in the comments section so Tony can see that, and possibly we can set up some type of organized multiplayer. I know that my particular multiplayer game time is kind of limited with respect to the production schedule that I do, and we have kids, or I have kids, so during the day when they're awake, or in the evening when they're awake, I try to spend time with them more than just get on this and play. So looks like we've got a couple issues we need to straighten up. So I'll take care of those and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. I've taken care of those things and put the mower away. So we're just going to get to baling this field up and see how far we get. So I've had a thought, and I'm not really sure what we're going to do. And I think what I might do is to I think we might be getting rid of our fertilized spreader and our fertilized sprayer, and instead picking up the AR spreader and sprayer and just using that instead. The maintenance on the AR equipment is much lower than the maintenance on like that New Holland liquid fertilizer sprayer. So we could save in some daily maintenance and some operating costs. We can also have our sprayer would have a greater capacity than it currently has. So I think that might be something we're going to do here in the next game day or so, because I'm going to want to spray these grass fields now that they have been mowed. So, and then the spreader is, I'm just going to pick up this little bit of grass. The spreader is the exact same working width as the pull behind spreader that we have now. It is the stores the same amount of fertilizer, so there's really no negatives to either of those decisions. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking of doing. And what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that idea? There's also a charcoal factory that I'm thinking of putting in place that's made by the same guys that do all the other factories that we've got in place. Basically, it takes logs and wood chips, and you get out charcoal, bags of charcoal, and like firewood starting logs. So I'm thinking about putting that in place to also ramp up our income. So we finished selling all of that silage. So that's where a bulk of our income has come from there. We also got rid of our old truck, and our new truck has been delivered. It's actually over there across the hedgerow. We're going to use that truck to pick up some of these bales and go ahead and feed our sheep. So we're just going to do that toward the end of the episode. So we're just going to hang out here and bale. Oops, better be paying attention as our bale stacker. Otherwise, we're not. We're going to run into a big old mess. It's dropping bales, right? Yep. So I really think this stacker is pretty cool. I know I showed it off a couple episodes ago when we were doing some other baling. Whoa, that was a big old lump. Oh, let's unload it. Let's close up our door. All right. So our canola fields are ready to harvest. We will probably not harvest those this game day. It is 5:08 this game day. This will probably be the last episode of this game day, and we will use we will fast forward through the night, and we will harvest. We'll be harvesting canola in the morning after we take our first load of pigs down to the meat market. So as you can see, it is 5 p.m. like I said, and up and left glance is telling us we have 123 pigs. So we started out with 114, so we basically have we've got 9 pigs over the course of see, I think we basically bought those pigs around 7 a.m. so we'll just say 7 a.m. So between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. basically what is that, 6 hours, we have 10 pigs. No, that can't be right. Let's see. That's 10 hours, and we have basically 9 pigs. So we should be pretty good with, like I said last episode, about 20 pigs by the time it's morning again. So we'll load up those pigs using our animal trailer and take them down to the meat market, and we'll just wait for a call from the meat packager to know basically when that will be ready to send off to selling, or basically to collect to take off to market. So we also, just to catch you up, we also put 100,000 liters of grass in the silo, the fermenting silo at the cattle area, and that will be where we basically pull our silage out for our TMR mixer, and we'll basically leave the silage that is at the BGA for BGA selling. And like I said, we're collecting hay here for our sheep. This should be more than enough bales to feed our sheep for pretty much the rest of the time that we're going to be on the map, because sheep don't really eat that much. And we've got a fair number of bales here. Just make sure, did I close that? Nope, I forgot to close the little back gate. So I think our tedder is about done. Let's see, is he about done? Yes, he is done. So I'm going to cut away here and put him away so that he's not in the way of the rake. So our T8 here, he was hitting the power tower there. We've got these obviously in a couple fields that we've just got to deal with. Some map authors have put those in fields and basically taken the collisions off of them, so you could drive straight through them if you wanted. But Rockhound, aka Tony, he did not. So they are very much obstacles right in the middle of the field that you've got to deal with. And our course play driver did not know how to deal with that. So she basically just drove straight on into it. And that's what she was hung up on. So we're just going to hang out with her for a moment. We'll just go ahead and jump in cab because she's 95% full, and she will probably have to run up to the silo before she gets to that power tower. And so we're just going to hang out with her on our way up to the silo as she dumps, and then when she gets back, so that we can aid her in getting around that tower, and then we'll jump back to our baling. So guys, what do you all want to see me do? We have almost pretty much concluded, not really concluded, but gone through one whole cycle of harvest, planting, fertilizing, and seeding, and we're pretty much back around to harvesting again. So I'm curious what you all want to see. If you all want to see different things versus just harvesting all over again, let me know, and I'll try to satisfy those. Do you all like the industries that we're doing? Do you want to see more pure farming? Do you want to see more industry stuff? Do you want to see if there is specific equipment that you'd like to see me use that I haven't used? We on our Big Boys Big Toy series, we just used the bunkers for the very first time. In my farm sim career, I've never used the bunkers beyond messing with them once in Goldcrest Valley a long time ago. We're going to jump out and take a look at our silo board here. So we've got 112,000 units of wheat, 192,000 units of barley, 179,000 units of sugar beets, 200,000, soon to be 250,000 units of grass, 515,000 units of straw. We've got 3,000 units of forage that basically was left in our tipper after we took that down to the cows, and 1,259 units of pig food, which again was pretty much left in our tipper after we took them to our pigs. So let's see if we can't hitch a ride. So let me know if there's things that you want to see that we haven't done yet, pieces of equipment that I haven't used that you'd like to see, industry elements that you'd like to see added. Just let me know how you would like to see this series further develop. We are obviously on episode 27. Our goal is to get to 50. My goal is to be out of debt come episode 35, which will then allow us 15 episodes to become multi-millionaires. Just as a reminder, we have a $2 million loan, basically $2,075,000. So we have a $2 million loan still out there, but we do have $500,000 in the bank. I plan on making a fairly large loan payment tomorrow morning once our maintenance and all of those various fees come out of the account. I'm shooting for another $400,000 loan payment. That would be golden. At $2 million, I think our interest payment is going to be about $120,000. Not sure 100%, but at 6% interest, it is 6% interest rate. Yeah, at 6% interest, $1 million should be $60,000. So $2 million should be $120,000 worth of interest. So we'll just have to see if that plays out that way, and if it does, then we'll need about another $50,000, and that will be very easy to get because we've got a fair amount of dairy that we still need to sell, and we will probably make a very nice penny off of those pigs when it comes time to sell the meat that's being processed. with them. So now that we've got lots of those industries up and running, we should have plenty of cash flow coming in to basically take care of getting our loan paid off. One thing I do want to do at some point in time is I'm interested in buying field 26 down there, and that is because I can join those two fields and make one big field down there. There's another field up here. I think field 6 I might be able to join with 2, or it may be 7 and 8 I can join together. I forget which one of these I can join. I think I can join 1 and 3 together. So I'm looking to do some of that and kind of consolidate some of these fields and basically possibly own the entire right half of the map. Alright, so let's get back to our baling. Alrighty. So let's get back to our baling, and I'm not sure how we are on time because we did have a couple breaks there that I'm going to cut out, but I think we've got enough time to make a few more passes with our baler. In fact, we'll just go ahead and stop our baling here, because I do want to load that truck up with a couple bales, and I want to try my hand at the front loader to do that. So we're just going to run over here, and which one of these has front loader arms? We'll just use this tractor. So we've got front loader arms over here that we haven't used since we started playing. So we'll just go ahead and now let's see here. Where are the bale forks? Those are pallet forks. There's our bale forks. So we'll pick those up. Okay, let's go on over here. We're just going to load up 4 bales on our pickup just to say we've done it, and take it down to the sheep. And feed the sheep. So let's run over here and get our pickup, and we'll call this episode done then after we do this. So I thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe if you like our content here. We do play series on Serenity Valley as well as Cherry Hills, and our series on Cherry Hills is basically focused on big equipment. Our series here is a bit more career based, I would say, where we are focusing on paying down what was a $5 million loan that is now basically a $2 million loan. When we started the map, we had basically, let's see here, how are we doing here? Alright, when we started the map, we had, I think we owned 12 or 13 fields, and of those fields they were all ready to harvest from day one. So we basically had to get all of those fields harvested before we before we lost. So I don't think we're going to get. We're definitely not going to get 4 bales on that thing. I thought the bed on this would allow us to put. I thought this would allow us to. We're just going to push it to the middle. All right. So I thought this truck might look good, kind of in a brown. All right, let's see, do we have our straps on? Yep, we got our straps on. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this to our sheep. We know we'll probably be top heavy, so we don't want to flip it. I encourage you all to check out PCSG. It's a really great web community that's focused around sim-based gaming. They're into farm sim, truck sim, flight sim. There's been quite the talk about the recent flight sim release. So you've got that. They do have, let's go ahead and make sure that we alrighty, so let's see here. This truck has, let's go to work position and let's oops, and let's unload. Alright, so let's see how much they need. PCSG has organized multiplayer servers, so that's all the hay that they need. So they do multiplayer on Friday and Saturday for Truck Sim, and they do not Truck Sim, Farm Sim, and they have multiplayer on Saturday for Truck Sim, and they alternate weeks between Euro Truck Sim and American Truck Sim. So if you're into in multiplayer and you want to get out of what I call public server hell, then PCSG's multiplayer servers may be something you want to check out. There's also 3 Dudes Gaming Network, which has a really great group of folks that generate YouTube content, not unlike the content that's on my channel. But they have various styles of gameplay that you might find interesting. So check that out. The link to that website is in my description, as well as links to several other 3 Dude media members. So here we're gonna unload that, lock that up. So until next time, guys, happy farming.